Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne. It is Friday, October the 1st. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. We've got the monthly open and the weekly wrap up all on the same day. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So, we look at the week. Well, actually, it's the monthly open, so let's take a quick look. As you can see, we are up for the month so far. Actually, the best chart to show that would be here. For the month, we are up 102 pips from the open and 140 from the low. For the week, though, we're down 85 pips from the open, but we still have some time left today. In fact, we've got about, let's see, 4 hours left in the day. So there could be plenty of time to make up these 86 pips, considering we've already gone 142. Oh, I'm seem to be having some technical difficulties here. So for the week, we see we've got a red candle. Notice where that low was, body of a couple of green candles here. All gaps have filled for the week. We're going to be putting in a big opening range for the month. As usual, we have entered into the opening range for the year, with the low being 35.41. Yesterday was an inside bar and we broke out at 35.17. And you see there's some inside bar action on some of the other pairs. So if we look at the monthly, we can see the last monthly inside bar was 2 months ago, back in August. The range once again for today is 142 pips. We took out the pivot for today, which was actually inside the buy zone, so there wasn't much of a bias based on the pivot. Red rats, get ready to feast. But be careful. You don't want to step in front of a H4 freight train like we had last hour. We're at R2 on the day. You can see the monthly pivot is, it looks like 135.92. And I can put it up here, 135.99 on this chart. And we're only 27 pips below. We might take out the monthly pivot on the first day. Going back here, we can see we're at the daily R2 level, and weekly S1 is at 3,600. So far, we only have this today as a missed pivot. I think that's going to get taken out. Weekly, still from a week ago, 37.94 pivot hasn't been hit. And the 35.90 from 2 days ago hasn't been hit. We might take that out today too. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. In and out of the upper wick zone. That's the daily upper wick zone. Okay, let's take a quick look at the ranges. Let me switch over to the monthly. Look at the wrap up here. So for the monthly range right now, for this month, 142. Last month, 501. Nice range. In fact, it was huge. I think it might have been almost the biggest of the year. High minus previous high, we did not break out. And actually, high minus previous high, we didn't break out here 1 month ago, 45. But we did break out at a low, 190 pips. And high minus close was 6 today, and 440 from the last month. So if you took that short, that would have paid off nicely. Also, you can see you could have taken an inside bar break on the month and paid off nicely. Close minus the low, 62 pips. So red rat, or rather green rats, would have been paid off. And if we switch back to the week, we can see we had a 317 pip range for the week. It's going to be interesting considering next week will be NFP. I wonder if we'll get that type of movement. We'll see that kind of movement or not. We didn't break out of the high, 196 pip break to the south side on the weekly. High minus the close for buy zone traders for this week, 162. I'm sorry, high minus the close for rat zone traders. And a high touch alert on the H1. And close minus the low this week, 153. Rat traders once again paid off. Looking at the price action here on the wall mall. Actually, no, this is a psychological. I need to switch this back to the wall mall. But interesting here at the 75, you can see how the psychological paid off or is paying off. Hit 75, it looks like, and retraced. High 35.75. Hit that wall, retraced. Inside bar on M5, take the break to the south side. Oh, was there something else I wanted to show you here? Just looking at the daily yesterday inside bars, I mentioned earlier, taking the break, paid off. Once again, psychological lines. It was green at 34.75 and red at 34.50. Either one of those triggers for the first line met would have paid off. You can see price action around the previous H1 high. The higher low, lower high chart, you can see we had a trigger, price pulled back, triggered again, came back. So what I've been doing on these trades, I found out this very first trade, I just go for the quick pip because unless price does something like this coming out of these zones, you just never know. So you want to put a pip in the bank, and then on the second time, you might have that little buffer there. So you can see here it opened above the line, came down, opened below the line, touched the line, and then reversed. So that's the kind of price action I'm liking to see. It's almost like wait for the second touch. Here we have a DSR setting up. That's a dynamic support resistance. So put in a one ball here, and then you can see taking the breakout of that candle's high on the 1 minute. And once again, it's going back to touch that M1 highest low. You can see how that price action is around this line. It's, once again, pretty simple stuff. I hope you traders enjoyed the videos I put out this week. And I didn't see any technical questions. Pro asked the question, but I don't know if he was asking it to me. Because and Pro, if you were asking me, I don't really understand what your question is. So you have to rephrase that question. I've been looking at some other forums, other traders, see what other people are doing. And it's really funny how people will put something out there and then somebody else disagrees and the name calling starts. It's just really silliness. I mean, this is definitely the game where you put your money where your mouth is. If you think price is going one way, you trade that way, and then you'll see the market will show you. And one of the other things is we talk about a 3-2-1 setup. Really liking this setup here. So if you get the 2 ball and a 1 ball move, then here's another 2 ball followed by a 2 ball. When it's ranging like this, I usually don't like to trade off of a 1 ball unless it's near a 3 ball. So I'll wait for the 2 ball, especially looking for a reversal off of a 3. Rather than reversing off the 1, like here, I would wait for it to come down to the 2 area to reverse. And so now, if I were to get a 3 ball somewhere in this area, I would be looking to reverse. And we're 7 pips off the high, so maybe it might be around 3 or 4 pips. So definitely be deep into the rat zone. So fellow traders, I hope you had a profitable week, and I really hope you had a profitable month. I hope you have a fun and safe weekend. So keep shooting your questions over. Oh, and for the people who donated, I'll probably be sending out a batch of donational indicators sometime this month, batch 7. I think you might enjoy some of them. So, fellow traders, next time you sit down at your trading platform, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.